So these are 7 literal angels, which John saw in a literal heaven, and they're handed literal trumpets that they will blow and will make a sound. Now, it doesn't say that the trumpets will be heard on earth. They might be. I don't know as we know whether or not they'll be heard on earth, but they will certainly be heard in heaven, and more importantly, they will result in horrific changes on earth. Just like every time a seal was broken, something horrific happened on earth. And while you're on earth and can't see up into heaven, and you would have no way of knowing what happened up in heaven except the book of Revelation tells you. And so the book of Revelation tells you the scene in heaven, the Lamb pops a seal, and how do we know he did it? Because this is what happens on earth. And so the correlation between the two is unmistakable, and it's the same thing here. Now, John doesn't have 2 whole chapters of a scene in heaven. He had just those first 5 verses. But since he's already given us a lot of foundation of the scene in heaven, this is just adding on to what's going on up there. Same principle. Seals in heaven, judgments on earth. Trumpets in heaven, judgments on earth. Now, I put 8 reasons here then to take it literally. And the first argument I want to present is Joel 2. Because Joel 2 is going to be connected to one of these trumpets. And in particular, it's going to be connected to the one about the sun, the moon, the stars, and the darkness, and all of that. So when we look in the book of Acts in chapter 2, we see that Peter quotes Joel 2. When the people say, what happened? Here's all these Galilean Jews, which apparently they had a thick accent, and so people identified them as Galilean through their accent. But they said they're speaking these languages from all over the Roman Empire because the people gathered there had come from all over the Roman Empire. So those people would speak 2 or 3 or 4 languages, maybe 5. And so they're saying that in the native dialect from our country, which they would all speak pretty much Greek and Aramaic and Latin or Old Italic. They all had usually multiple languages they normally spoke anyway. But then in these countries, they had their own dialects. And they said, we hear people praising God in our dialect from our country. How can that be?